we have a little thing called Connect here. You've heard of Connect?
Connect.
Where you can connect by the minute. So this segment is called the Connect Minute, where a question came my way, and I'm going to read it back to you guys and let me know what you would do. So you can scroll down, you can see what's going on there.
These are like those Reddit stories.
No, to me, Ali,
these are real life people you know.
Oh, okay.
So here's the question I got here. It was from a 32-year-old guy, and he's basically saying, hey, look, I get invited. I'm in wedding season right now. I'm getting invited to weddings, to bachelor parties, to engagement parties. How do I budget for something like this?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you've come to the right guy. Thanks for asking this question on Connect. I said, look, man, you have to understand something. In your early 30s, the average person basically gets married late 20s, early 30s. When I first got married the first time, I was 33 years old. At that time, I felt the pressure from all my friends who were always at the weddings. I'm taking my girl to weddings. And basically, you're kind of catapulted into all this. And listen, choose wisely. You know, PBD says choose your enemies wisely. Choose your partner wisely. Because you don't want to have to go and do it all over again. So before I answer that question, I said, let me do a little research on here.
Yeah.
And I sent this story to PBD. We actually covered it on the podcast. Okay. So it was very interesting. So here's a story that came out from CNBC. 56% of people would RSVP no to a close friend's wedding to save that money, this new survey shows. Yeah. So Bank of America surveys that 56% of Americans decline a close friend's wedding invitation if they could not afford it. With older individuals more comfortable saying no. Gen Z and millennials are less likely to skip weddings compared to Gen X and boomers. No shit. Because Gen X and boomers, they're probably going to second and third weddings.
Yeah.
They're not you. The Gen Z, who's 22 years old, 24 years old, 26 years old, and millennials who are 30 years old, 35 years old, these are probably their first weddings.
Yeah.
So you're not going to decline a first wedding. A boomer will be like, oh, you're getting married for the third time? I'm good, Gladys. We'll see what happens here.
Damn, Gladys.
So it's so funny how you're interesting the stats. Sorry, Gladys. Experts suggest ways to manage wedding costs, such as selectively attending events. Consider which wedding events are must attend and which one you can skip to save on costs. Wedding expert and vice president brand marketing at Zola says. So I see that article. I answered this question to this guy on Connect. I said, look, there's a few different factors here. The first thing you have to understand is how many weddings are you going to be invited to this year? So I have a lot of friends. I grew up in Miami. I went to elementary school, went to middle school, went to high school, went to college here in Florida State. I've lived in Miami my entire life, or in Florida my entire life. I'm still friends with the guys I went to elementary, middle school. I have friends and friends and friends. Mm-hmm. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect baseball cards. I collect friends. That's my thing. So the good side and downside is I got invited to a lot of weddings. So there was a time and place in 2012, 2013. This was right after the Kim, Kris Kardashian wedding, all that. It was wedding after wedding after wedding after wedding for years. And every weekend I had a bachelor party, an engagement party, a bachelorette party sometimes, because sometimes they'll do joint, a wedding, the brunch after. There's so much stuff here. I said, you have to, number one, see how many you're going to be inviting to. Now, we're also seeing situations here where guys, this is more of a message to the guys because you're the ones a lot of times paying for the wedding, or at least to attend the weddings. A lot of guys don't have a lot of guy friends these days. We're seeing that in 1990, the average guy had 5 close guy friends. Now it's like 1 close guy friend. The average guy had, in their circle of friends, 20 close friends. Now it's like 4. People, because of COVID, because of the internet, because of social media, not as many friends. So maybe you're not inviting as many weddings. Who knows? But also, people aren't making as much money as they were essentially COVID, everything that happened with that, or cost of living. So number one, you have to ask yourself, how many events am I getting invited to? If it's only 1 this year, bro, you got to go. But if it's like I was dealing with something every single weekend, you have to have a budget and you have to have discernment. What are you saying?
They were trying to matchmake you. They're like, come, I have a wedding.
Yeah, come to this one.
Come, madam.
So especially, by the way, if you're a groomsman, oh my God, now you got to go get the suit, the groomsman's suit. Now you got to be a part of it, the strategizing. So there's three things you have to understand. There's the engagement party. There's the bachelor party. And then there's the actual wedding.
Right.
So there's three things that you're going to for this one event.
Yes.
Now, if you take 10 weddings a year, which is not a crazy number, if you have a lot of friends,
That's so crazy
that 10 weddings, you'll see when you hit this season, that 10 times 3 events, now that's 30 different things.
Yeah.
There's 52 weeks in a year. You're going to 30 out of 52. How much is this going to cost you? What's happening right now?
Right.
By the way, let's say you only have 5 weddings a year. Okay. That's 15 different events that you're going to have to pay money for.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Even for the girls, we have to pay for the makeup,
Yeah.
the dress, the hair. This year I have 5 weddings
Damn.
outside of the United
This year you have how many?
5.
5 weddings. See what I'm saying? I'm not crazy here.
What?
She has 5
Outside,
weddings.
I have
And by the
5.
way, Ali, how old are you?
Outside of the United States.
Outside
in Colombia.
destination weddings.
Destination wedding. in
Ali, how old are
Colombia.
you?
I'm 29.
29.
I only
By
got
the way,
one.
it's just getting started.
I got
29,
one.
30, 31, 32. Oh my God.
Ask me
You're a few years younger than
if
that,
I'm
but
going
you'll
to
see.
the 5 weddings. I had to pick. Like I was like, I can't.
What'd you do?
I'm going to 2 of those weddings. The
So you
other-
declined 3 out of the 5.
Yeah, I
Why?
can. Because I have to work. That it's a lot of money for me. It's buying a ticket to go to Colombia
Yeah.
as well. The dress,
The dress.
the bridesmaid for 2. So I had to do the bachelorette. I had to pay for that trip. It's a lot. I mean, it's like I was like, please, I love you all. Don't invite me to your wedding
Don't
if you
invite
can,
me.
because I can make it. So just save that money.
Yeah.
Some of my friends
I like
were
the
like,
sound
it's
of that.
fine. They're like,
So,
it's fine.
by the way, you're exactly the same age when I started being like, hold on, what? You're 5 weddings, but
Yeah,
you're from
5.
Colombia,
Exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
a lot of your weddings are in Colombia. How many of your weddings are in Miami, South Florida?
None.
Okay. So imagine if you still lived in Colombia, you'd be going to all these weddings. That's exactly what happened to me in Miami.
Yeah,
But some of the
exactly.
weddings, they were destination weddings. We're going to Cancun.
No, yeah,
We're going to Mykonos. What?
The thing is, they are in Colombia, but they are not in my hometown.
Yeah.
They are Medellin, which is outside of my hometown, so I have to buy the ticket as well. So it's
Yeah.
it's a thing.
So let's do some quick math. Ready? You want to see how much you're going to be spending for a wedding? Just one
no,
wedding.
don't do that because I'm having one this weekend. I don't want
No,
to think.
let's just do the math on one wedding. Okay. So the engagement party, you get a gift or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is a gift you spend on an engagement party?
That ain't what you
200,
get.
300.
$100.
$100.
$100.
$100.
Cool. You're going to the bachelorette party?
Oh, that's insane.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The bachelorette party is going to be in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Okay.
More than 500. let me tell
Okay.
you.
For a hotel,
It's like
flight,
$1,000.
that's $1,000.
Yeah.
Easy right there.
Yeah.
So you're $1,100 before they even got married.
I can't come.
Now you got to go to the destination wedding. How much is a flight to Colombia, to Medellin?
300.
$300. You got to get a hotel.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hotel is
If
going to
it's-
cost you at least $100, $200 a night.
At Colombia.
Okay. So you're going for how many nights?
But I'm gonna stay at my place. 'Cause
Okay.
It's in my hometown. Thank God.
Thank God.
But if
the
not-
other destinations, let's say you go 3 nights, 200, so that's another $700, let's
Yeah,
say.
around that.
So that's a flight, hotel. You got to
The
get a
dress,
dress. How much is a
400.
dress?
400. around.
400. How much is a gift? Because this is an interesting conversation. What do you give as a gift when you already
Oh,
spent?
wait. Some of
when
the
you already
weddings
spent $1,400 here.
Some of the weddings now, they do something the night before. That's
Yep.
another thing. That's another event.
Yeah,
which you have to dress. You have to spend money as well.
So the gift,
My
how much you give as a wedding gift?
Another 100, 200.
Yeah, exactly.
At least, bro.
At least.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not your
Let's
best
say
friend or
250.
something.
Right.
So now you're at 100 for the engagement party, 1,000 for the bachelor party. Now you actually got to go to the wedding. That's 300, 700, 400. That's 1,000, 1,400. That's $1,700. That's plus another 1,200. You're at $3,000 for one wedding. For one wedding. So now you got to invite it to 5. So that's 15 grand that you got to potentially spend to do
Now
that
you get
all
why
over
I'm
it again.
saying.
It's unaffordable. You can't do it. Gonna say that money. Thank you. So if it's only one wedding, hey, go all out. Do your thing. 5 weddings, you have to have a little discernment.
You can
Me,
make it.
I got so sick. I'm like, oh my God, wasn't I just here at this exact same chapel like 2 months ago. Yeah, I remember this one. My other friend got married there. I got so disenfranchised and disillusioned from the whole wedding concept. It became so unspecial to me that this is sort of the reason that I'm like, yeah, weddings, I don't know about that. But you can spend tens of thousands of dollars a year going to everybody's wedding, to everybody's ceremony when you want to save that money. By the way, there's a flip side to it because that's to attend the wedding. We covered this on a show a month or so ago. Now there's people that are throwing weddings. They're like, yo, I can't spend 50 grand on a wedding. I can't spend 100 grand on a wedding. The average cost of a wedding in America is 30 grand.
Yeah.
So some couples are starting to do micro weddings. They're like, yo, we're just not inviting 100 people. They're going to invite 20 people.
Yeah, good.
And let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it family. Let's keep it close friends and see what happens here. So the average cost for a wedding from 2022 is $35,000. That's up $5,000 from 2022. The average cost of a micro wedding was only $11,000. That's a whopping savings of about $20,000. Think about that. 58% of couples are cutting their guest list by 40%. So what does that mean? That means 60% almost. So over 100 weddings, 60% are saying the average wedding, let's say it's 100 people, it's now down to 60 people. So they're cutting, they're slashing, they're saving that money on the front end and the back end. So here's what I'm saying.
You can use that money for your apartment where you're going to live. It's
so
going to last
crazy.
forever. The
I
wedding
would
is just
not.
going to be one night.
I
Like,
could
I
not.
understand, and everyone wants different things, but I won't spend that amount of money on a night. I can save it.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm preparing a wedding to be small. Like, I would like to have a small wedding. I know the two things that I want to spend money on. That's the ring, the dress, and probably some nice flowers. Those are my three.
That you want your man to spend money on.
Well, he's gonna get the ring.
Yeah.
And
he's not
then
gonna
I
pay
can
for
work on the dress
That's how
and
that
the
works?
flowers we can split. But I want to get married in a church. Why don't I get married in churches, everybody? Like, that's only a couple $100, you know? But even to attend a wedding, it is expensive. I've planned a wedding. So I've seen the expenses behind all of that. And it's just getting more and more expensive. And I don't know. I don't want to tell you, like, have less friends, but shit.
My dad,
Your pockets are saying, have less friends.
my dad used to tell me, like, just go to Las Vegas and get married.
Just get eloped?
You and,
Just do
just
elope?
you and your partner. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Go have Elvis marry you.
I can fit a wedding between 11,000 and 30, I think. Depending on the type of ring he wants
You
to buy
got
me.
no clue. You'll see. Good luck.
Depending on the ring he wants to buy me.
Good luck. You talk about friends, all that. Drake had a song, No New Friends, No New Friends. You got to be very selective with your new friends right now because next thing you know, your new friend is going to want to invite you to their new wedding, and that's going to be some new money you're going to have to spend. So save that money. Last point that we should be thinking about with all this, with the backdrop of the wedding and the micro weddings and everything on there, the American consumer hasn't been this poor since 2022.
Sounds
Americans
about right.
saved the least amount last month, which was in June, since 2022, as wallets remain light despite the strong economy. The wallets are light despite the strong economy.
So why is obese so high?
What's that?
Why is obesity so much? These people got no money, but they got enough to eat, overeat. I don't understand.
Hey guys, I apologize
Eating their
for
money.
Nat. I forgot. I apologize for Nat here, guys.
I'm sorry.
She's on one right now.
What's up, babe? Take me out to dinner.
Joe Byron.
So true.
So the Americans' leftover income fell to its lowest level since 2022. This was last month in June. The effects of high inflation, the economy roar has even the headline economic growth proves strong, and the stock market trades at record levels. The national personal saving rate, the proportion of monthly disposable income leftover expenditures fell to 3.4% in June. That's the lowest monthly reading since December of 2022. The 3.4% savings rate is less than half of June 2019, 7.1%. Let me say that again. In June of 2019, your savings rate of what you're able to save from your paycheck, 7.1%. Now that it's 3.4%, basically cut in half.
Damn.
Bidenomics. That was before COVID and everything happened with inflation and the economy, and now how Americans are deciding to allocate their money. So You know, whether it's budgeting for a house, whether that's budgeting for a car, whether that's budgeting for a wedding, you got to do the math. There's a 4-letter word that people don't like to do, the M-A-T-H, and that is math. Because there's a worse 4-letter word that's going to happen if you spend all your money, and that's D-E-B-T. Debt. Debt is dumb. Debt is the most dangerous 4-letter word in the world. It's not. It's debt.
Oh, we'll just stick with debt.
Okay. So don't yourself get together and stay of debt and save that money.
Simple
as that. Are you coming to the vault? Oh, what's the vault? You know what the vault is? The vault is the ultimate event for entrepreneurs to level up their game and learn from the best in the game. Last year, we had Tom Brady and Mike Tyson, and I said to our CEO, Patrick Bet-David, I said, how are we going to top that? He said, how we're going to top that? How about The Rock? So this year, Patrick Bet-David went out and got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So he's going to be there along with PBD, the Biz Doc, and me. Yeah, if you want to join us at the Vault Conference, check out thevaultconference.com. It's going down in West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. If you want to make more money, improve your business, and expand your network, you have to be at the Vault. We'll see you there. Oh, you like that? Well, if you want to see more of that, check out this clip right here. And if you want even more, check out this clip right here, only on the SOSCAST.